One of the more important items to include in your emergency preps, whether that be your home preps or some kind of kit like your bug out bag or EDC backpack, is some type of respirator mask like this N95 respirator mask. I think most of us are in agreement that the N95 is a good way to go. It's lightweight, it's affordable, and it just works. And for the past several years I've been using it in all sorts of prepping systems. In one of my more recent videos, my urban get home bag, I was using more of a long-term respirator mask that had replacement cartridges on the side of it, which got good reviews as well. Well, recently in that particular video, I received a comment in the comment section from Mike L, who's a part of the Seattle EMT, and he was saying, hey, that mask that you're using in there, it's not really going to work well for what you're intending it to work for, things like volcanoes, fires, and any kind of airborne illnesses and bacteria, viruses, things like that, due to the way that it's designed. And so he had an awesome recommendation for a different type of N95 respirator mask, which I thought I'd cover now in this video. So this particular kind of N95 respirator mask is kind of molded to your mouth, and so you kind of have to take that into account when you're going to be storing it like in a kit or something. You don't want to have it all crunched out and lose the integrity of the mask. So Mike L, Seattle EMT, recommended an awesome N95 respirator mask that they use in all their ambulances, and it's made by 3M, which is a brand that I really like for other type of gear, and it's a foldable N95 respirator mask that's of high quality. So I wanted to cover the details of this particular foldable N95 respirator mask. As you can see, it's very, very thin, and it works really well, and it's known to work in EMT type systems, which is just perfect for a prepping system. So this particular mask by 3M, it's officially called the 3M N95 Flat Fold Particle Respirator and Surgical Mask. And as you can see, it's individually wrapped, so they're sterile, which works really well. With some of the other respirator masks that I've seen that are foldable, sometimes when you go to the doctors, for example, they'll have a bunch of flat foldable masks, but I'm not exactly sure if they're N95, plus they're in just all grouped in together, so if the box gets contaminated, all of them get contaminated. With this particular version, they're all individually wrapped, so they could all remain sterile, which just works great. So and these are used, according to Mike L from Seattle EMT, in all of the ambulances that they have. They fold flat, and they use them for infectious patients, things like tuberculosis, meningitis, flu. With the government, they've approved it for swine flu, things like that. And because they're disposable, it works really great for any kind of emergency kit, like a bug out bag in your vehicle, in your EDC backpack. And I was asking Mike, hey, how many would you recommend for that kind of kit? And he was saying the 3 minimum, you know, with most likely you want to get maybe 8 to 10 hours of here. And if you're in direct exposure to someone that might have something contagious, you might want to change it more regularly. But you could easily fit multiple ones of these in any kind of kit that you have. So I just think it works really, really great. And one of the coolest things about it, and something that I've learned from the respirator mask, it's not about the mask just in itself, buying it, putting it on, and being good to go. You also have to know how to put it on correctly. And with this particular one, they have exact instructions for how to properly put on this respirator mask to make sure that it's, you know, properly going to work in any kind of situation that you'd want it to. And this is working with sick patients, also with fire and any kind of volcanic stuff. This would work really great. You might be able to even pair it with a bandana for extra protection. But I really, really like that they include the instructions on the back there on all the individual N95 respirator masks that you get in a box. All right, here's what it looks like when it's outside of that plastic sleeve. Again, that's protecting it from the elements. You have these 2 red rubber band type things that's going to wrap around your head, and then it unfolds like so. So again, you want to make sure that you follow the instructions for properly putting this on you. I'm going to include a link in the description box below, which has some links directly from 3M, and they show exactly how you're supposed to do it, which is very important, especially for us that have beards. That's something that you have to be of concern of. With the previous mask that I was using in my Urban Get Home bag, it does not work as well if you have any kind of facial hair. Here's what it looks like when it's on. So again, I have one of the rubber bands going on the top of the head, the other one behind the skull, and that's the proper way that you're supposed to put them on according to the instructions, which is also covered in that video. One of the last steps on the instructions is to ensure that you're pushed out of the nose of the respirator mask like so it kind of fits around your nose and your cheekbones and your mouth like that. So basically just kind of push in like that. It'll help from the air getting in this way. So after doing a lot of research on this particular foldable mask, I was really excited about it. I thought it would work really great for any kind of prepping system. So I went ahead and bought 3 cases of them. You could get them by the case. I bought mine from buyemp.com. I'll put a direct link to where you could get this case from buyemp.com. I spent around $31 per case. So for 20, we're talking, around the same price tag as what you would spend for a normal N95 respirator mask. But instead of having to deal with, keeping the shape integrity of this kind of mask, you could instead get a bunch that are stackable, foldable, and individually wrapped so they remain sterile for all of your prepping kits. What I just think is really, really cool. I'm really, really happy that Mike L. from Seattle EMT spent the time to really let me know about these respirator masks. I'm very excited about integrating them into all of my kits. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video featuring the 3M N95 flat fold respirator mask, specially recommended by Mike L. from Seattle EMT. I've included all the information in the description box below. Please leave any kind of comments below in the comment section regarding what kind of respirator mask that you use for your personal prepping systems. I think this is a great one for us preppers to include in all of our kits. It just really, really makes sense. I love how they're individually wrapped, and it just seems like the perfect affordable respirator mask to include in emergency kits. So leave your comments below in the comment section and make sure you check out the 3M flat fold N95 respirator mask. See you guys next time.